Welcome to the Executive's View, the sports podcast where the stakes are high and the debates are fierce. Please welcome your host, Aaron Sirius Simmons, alongside co-host Barry DeVille Jordan. Each week, we bring you into the boardroom where the elite minds of sports converge. From the gridiron strategies to the business behind the ball, we tackle the hard-hitting questions and give you an insider's perspective. So pull up a chair and join us at the table where champions are made and legends are born. This is the Executive's View. Let's get down to business.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the Executive's View. This is the view from on top, man. You could be anywhere in the world on a special edition Thursday, but you're here with the executives, and I do appreciate that, man. Before I get started, as I always like to say, if you see the show, share the show, man. We're all over the place. We're all over the place. Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, Spotify. We're doing big things in big places, and definitely want to take everybody along for the journey. And before we bring the guys in, man, I hope everybody had a wonderful Christmas. Happy holidays to you and yours. If you celebrate, and if you don't, I wish you season blessings and holidays. But I got the fellows with me, man. Some guys will be in here a little later, man. Villains in the building. What's going on, my guy? How we doing, sir?
Villain in the building. What's going on, man? Feel me with no hands. We here. Let's go. Let's work.
We gotta work, man. Larry's in the building. What's going on, my guy? How we doing, sir?
I mean, I'm good, man. Had an amazing Christmas, man. I'm still in my festive mood. Still rocking my Niners. Hey, it's season is over with, but I'm gonna always support them, rock them.
Yeah.
Barry, by the way, I want to tell you, bro, 268. He like it now. I think you know what I mean. Hey,
I do.
Just to let everybody know on the show, me and Barry had a conversation, and I told him, I say, dude, what do your Giants do if Saquon coming to town and he need to break the record against the Giants? That's
good. You never know.
I don't think he's going to do it. I don't think he's going to do it.
But that's what me and Barry was talking about. Do you allow him to do it if you're the Giants?
I mean, I don't know if they're going to have a choice. I mean, we can get to it in a minute. Let's bring everybody.
Let's run this real quick. CK's in the building. Chandler, what's going on, sir? How we doing this evening?
I'm all right as soon as Jerry Donardo gets fired.
Oh, Lord have mercy.
He already called for people's jobs. Ain't this?
You know what? And that's why I love my man. That's why I love my man. So without wasting anybody's time, man, we got a lot to get to, man. Christmas brought a whole plethora of just sports across the airways. Whether you was watching the show, the football games on Netflix, we had several games on the hardwood basketball that popped off. And this afternoon, I'm gonna start here. This afternoon, I got word that Deshaun Jackson has signed to be the new head coach of Delaware State. Last week we sat here in this very network, and Mike Vick got hired to be the coach at Norfolk State, and now a week later, Deshaun Jackson, one of his former teammates, got hired to be the coach of Delaware State. Man, I need Steve to get in here because Steve kind of had a rebuttal to what we're about to talk about, but I think this is a great idea and a great move. Villain, talk to me, man. Where's your head at?
I think it's a good move, for Deshaun and for HBCUs. I mean, it's great to have another high profile name coming to bring awareness to what the HBCUs are doing. I don't know about his coaching experience. I tried to dig it up. I don't see much. I don't think he's coached at all because he just retired, right, this year.
Yeah, he just retired this year. Yeah.
Yeah, so, I mean, I don't know if he has coaching experience, so I'm a little wary of that. But, because at least, like, Dion had some experience. I think Vic had a little bit of high school experience, right? Maybe?
He does like camps and stuff like that. This is his first.
Yeah.
Time into the coaching thing.
Right. So, I mean, that's the only thing I'm leery of with both guys. obviously, but I think it's great for the sport. Listen, me personally, I'm not a Deshaun fan. I'm a Giants fan. I couldn't stand him, especially when he's in Philly. Couldn't stand that guy. But I mean, he's not a bad person. I wish him nothing but the best, and I hope it's a success down in Delaware State.
Yeah. Larry, talk to me, my guy, man. This information came across our phones this afternoon. Knee-jerk reaction. How do you feel this particular hire, either helps or hurts?
Dude, I love it, dude, and I get it. He don't have no coaching experience. Is he gonna probably have some really good coordinators and bring in some good coaches? And at the end of the day, Deshaun's a really good receiver. He can coach up some receivers, and I'm quite sure he's familiar with offense and how to design an offense and put an offense together. So I think he's gonna bring in some good coaches. But I look at it like this. That's just me, right? And I don't want to go there. Well, we'll go there because we don't get away from nothing. Most black former players, you're either not getting a job at all, you're not getting an opportunity to coach, or you starting off so far down the pole, it's almost like a disrespect to you. Mm-hmm. So I actually like the fact that these guys are getting some head coaching opportunities, but also like with the Deion, you can bring money into some of these historically black colleges that they need the money, they need the funding. Maybe they can get some of these better players in there. So I'm loving it, and I hope to see more of them come through, and hopefully have some good games. We talked on the show last week. We would love to see Deion versus Vic. Hey, as a coaching, we sit back and we watch novelty boxing with Mike Tyson because it's old Mike Tyson. We want to see what he can do. Hey, let's see what our former players can do as coaches. People watch the Big Three. People like to see these players and not seeing them on the news because they did something idiotic after they retired. But I'd rather see them in coaching, and we can check it out and see what happens.
You know what? Before I thought to Larry, before I thought to Chandler, I want to double click on something you mentioned as it pertains to just him not having experience and everything. I, for one, do believe that there is a place for coaches to kind of cut their teeth before they move on to bigger and better things. And like I said last week with Michael Vick, if I expected the leash to be this long with Michael Vick being a coach, I expected it to be significantly longer with Deshaun Jackson because, again, this brother's resume is great as a player, but as far as a head coach, we can't find no tape. We can't find anything other than the fact that he ran routes. So I think it's going to be tremendously important for him to surround himself with a quality staff or with a quality group of people that can advise and help him. And I said this last week, and I'm gonna say it again this week. I hope the powers that be give him the latitude and the leeway to make some mistakes and to figure it out as they go. Again, I don't think he's gonna have an issue recruiting. I don't think he's gonna have an issue walking into a living room and sitting down with a parent or a guardian and saying, "Yo, let me have the opportunity to present this guy to the next level." However, with that being said, I just don't know. I don't know about this one. Like, I'm excited for him because I'm all for us getting the opportunity. I just don't know.
I mean, it's Deshaun. So you got like I look at it like this, right? How many times a former player don't even get an opportunity to be a position coach?
Right.
So you trying to tell me, and Deion, I get it. Deion, he loves working with the younger group. So nobody said when Deion was in high school, "Hey Deion, come coach our cornerbacks." Nobody said that. Deion was coaching high school. Nobody said that. A lot of these coordinators after they these players after they retire, they don't get even position coaches jobs. Like, dude, I've heard stories where it's former players and they don't even get the opportunity to be unpaid interns. So for him to get a job, and even if it is a head coach at a lower school, I'm all for it. I'm all for it.
Yeah.
And we can only sit back and see what happens.
Right.
You know what? One thing that I want to kind of bring up is to double click on what you said, Larry. Like guys like Dion and Vic and Deshaun, who are big personalities, don't ever get considered for any type of job. To see them at the college level, whether it be HBCU or Colorado, a Power 5 school, like to see these kind of brothers get a job is refreshing. I think it's different, and it's something that we got to embrace. And it's what I mean. Like you would never think like Deshaun Jackson would ever consider coaching college football, right? Like just the way you saw him play. Like I remember this guy running down the 1 yard line, not getting into the end zone against the Giants. You know what I mean? Like that's the guy I remember. And now I'm going to see him coaching, telling somebody don't do something like that. You know what I mean?
I have a whole different memory of Deshaun Jackson, which I'll share from the other day. He actually cussed me out on the sideline once. So.
But that's what I mean. Like, so now you're going to see him, be a coach, right? These are guys that you would never have thought that would be anywhere remotely near a coach's whistle, and now they're going to be coaches. So it's a different time, man. It's crazy.
You're really gonna make me do this, huh?
It really is. Talk to me, Chandler.
You're really gonna make me do this.
I'm sorry to go to Chandler, but you have to remember a lot of these players, whether what league it is, they struggle finding something to do.
You're really gonna make me do this, Larry.
So I'm all for it, bro. I'm all for it.
You're really gonna make me do this, aren't you?
Just do it, Chandler. You gotta do it. Do it.
Go ahead, man.
It's the right thing in the wrong doggone person. First of all, Deshaun Jackson is the guy multiple times in college and multiple times in the pros decided that it was more important for him to showboat than actually carry the ball across the goal line by dropping it before he got into the end zone. See, I ain't forgot that. I ain't forgot how Deshaun Jackson pouted his way out of 2 franchises. Not 1, but 2.
Which one? Which ones were they?
He started out with who? Who he started out with? Philly, right?
Yeah, Philly, right?
He pouted his way out of Philly. He wound up back with Philly, and then they got rid of him again. I forget.
Did he pouted his way out of Washington or Baltimore?
I think
it was Washington.
It was Washington.
Yeah, I think it was Washington.
Because the Ravens don't tolerate that nonsense, and he didn't last long with the Ravens because one, he could, and on the other things he couldn't stay on the field. That was the other thing, which I don't really hold against anybody because your body is your body, your genetics are your genetics. If you have a propensity for something, that's just what it is. You can't control that. There's all the training in the world can't beat genetics when it comes right down to it. Get limber and this and that. Listen, if your body is, if your ligaments are prone to tear, that's just what it is. That's genetics. Ain't nothing you can do about that. Okay, but it's the wrong guy. It's the wrong guy. I like the fact that Delaware State, who won 1 game this past season, they're playing a 7,000 seat stadium in Dover, Delaware. Okay, 7,000 ain't a whole lot. So I like them giving somebody a shot. I wish it was anybody but him. I've listened to this dude talk on where they try to give him little guest spots on some of the Fox shows or whatnot. And he can't even show up looking professionally. He couldn't even show up looking like a professional. He showed up looking like he just came from the club. See, I take everything into account when I talk about whether I think somebody will make a good leader. Okay, how you conduct yourself sometimes when somebody is obviously trying to get you out there and say, "Hey, man, look at this guy. He knows sports. He knows this. He knows that." I never heard him give 1 ounce of insightful anything with analysis when he's gotten those shots. You coming in looking like you just rolled up in the car before you walked into the studio. All right. Oh, and this is the same guy who stated facts about a supposed friend of his, and Devontae Adams, when he hadn't even talked to him. Okay, which made the man then, while he was on the team, had to come out and say, "Yo, I don't know what this dude talking about because I haven't even talked to him in 3 months." And you then had to turn, "Well, yeah, I didn't talk to him. I was just giving my opinion." No, you stated his facts, though, bro. You stated his facts. So if I look at all of that, and I'm this young college kid, how you gonna tell me how to conduct myself, man, when you can't conduct yourself? How are you going to tell me how to be a professional when you never were a professional? How are you gonna keep me on the path when you can't stay on the path?
So let me interject here, okay? Because we was on this show last week.
I was about to go there, Aaron.
Praising, Norfolk State for taking a shot on Michael Vick, the guy who spent some time behind bars for a crime, quote unquote. And he was the right guy then. Okay. So if what you're saying is true, okay, and that's how you feel, I respect how you feel. I just have a hard time drawing the parallel between Mike Vick, the dog fighter guy, and Deshaun Jackson.
What has Michael Vick done since he got out of jail?
He went on TV and became
became
an analyst.
Even before that, right? Even before that. He put the change. He changed. He grew. You could see the change. You could see the growth. This before he got on TV. Just in the things he was doing in his community, things he did differently in his community. Okay, all of those things. The Michael Vick we see now is the what's the word I'm looking for? The result of growth and change through mistakes, through through poor choices. Because I don't believe in mistakes. I'm gonna stub in your toe in the middle of the night on your coffee table. Okay, a choice is when you do something. That's a choice because we all have choices, whether people believe it or not. We all have choices. I literally just had this conversation with somebody's getting ready to go into rehab 2 nights ago. We were talking about choices, and when you don't, because you don't believe you have a choice, then you do things. But we always have choices. We make choices every day. Anyway, so I watched Michael Vick make different choices in his life since then. And we're talking about over 15 years, right? Ago, at least.
Yeah.
I saw Deshaun Jackson 2 months ago on Fox Sports again, looking like the same guy I saw in college, looking like the same guy I saw in the NFL. I see no change. He's still the same guy. And that's what I'm saying. If you're still making the same choices, the same poor choices, like I said, sure, but when we saw Michael Vick on TV, in the beginning, he looked a little rough. As time went on, when he shows up, he looks like a professional, doesn't he? He looks like he belongs there, right?
He got his tie on. You know what I'm saying?
He's clean up.
Exactly. Deshaun Jackson, again, still look like he just rolled a blunt in his car and walked into the studio. And that's fine, yo. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with what I'm saying is, and again, we're going back to meet with donors and the boosters and all these other things. There's a lot that goes into walking to somebody's house, right? I got my young 17-year-old who's acting like a knucklehead, but he can play football. And I'm trying to send him to somewhere where I'm going to put him in someone's care who's going to help him grow. And you walk into my house looking like you just rolled the blunt on my porch. Why would I trust?
But see, hold on. I got to stop you because I hear what you're saying, and I don't disagree with the presentation that Deshaun has made for himself over the past years, right? That's not irrefutable. Like that's what he's looked like, right? I'm not willing to tear him down yet for something we haven't seen him do.
I'm not trying to tear him down. What I'm saying,
no. I'm not saying you are. I'm just saying I'm not going to tear him down and discredit him if I haven't seen him. If he does that in his first year, then boom, Chandler called it. But I'm willing to sit back, let him do his thing for a year, and let's see what we got.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Let's see what we got.
Okay.
Because I think the best example that Deshaun can show that kid he's got to go into their house and recruit is like, look at what I did. Don't be like that. Let's do it a better way. Let's find a better path. Let's be professional with ours, right?
I would hope so.
That's what I would hope too, right? So I'm not willing. Listen, if anybody on this panel got more hate for Deshaun Jackson as the player, it should be me, because this dude has terrorized my Giants for years. So the fact that I'm sitting here trying to give this dude the benefit of the doubt shows that God is good. God is working on me because I can't stand that dude. But not personally, but as a player, he terrorized my team, right? So, I'm just willing to give him a shot. I'm just willing to give him a shot. Let's see how he does, man. If he embarrasses himself, then you know what, Chandler? And I'll leave it at this. If he embarrasses himself, like you say he might, it is very possible. Not only is he screwing it up for himself, but the next guy.
That's my fear.
And that's what I don't want.
Right.
That's what I don't want. Because I literally had this conversation with my brother the other day, talking about how these, some of these NBA players are so selfish and about their brand. They're messing it up for the next guy. Like Magic Johnson laid the foundation, and Larry Bird laid the foundation for Jordan. And Jordan laid the foundation his last couple of years, making $30 million a year, so that other guys can make 60, 70 million. These guys don't care, right? They're messing it up with the NBA, with the All-Star game, the play-in tournament, all that stuff for the next person, right? Because they don't want to play. They don't want to play back-to-backs. Damn you, Chandler. I can't stand you, serious. I can't stand you. But so I hope he did it on purpose too, I swear. But I just hope, Chandler, I feel you. I agree with you. I just hope he don't do it. I hope he don't mess it up for the next.
That's my only fear. That's my only fear. I mean, they only won one game this past season, so there's nowhere to go but up for the damn team.
Right.
Dude, but it's the presentation, right? It's the presentation.
So I'll say this, and I saw this a long time ago. Deshaun Jackson, he been having a youth camp. So he's been working with younger players for a while. But I'm gonna say this, and I know y'all East Coast dudes. I'm in the South. I'm in the hotbed of HBCUs. And Chandler, you probably was around. You probably was, a teenager. I'm a historian. HBCUs used to be where all the talent used to go, all the big talent, because they couldn't go to these big colleges.
Very right.
So they found out, you know what? We might need these dudes that can run a 4.3 flat. We might need these dudes that's 6'8" and can bench press 600 pounds. So for most HBCUs, it's like the big colleges start taking all the talent, they become irrelevant. I've literally talked to people that will tell you they only know Grambling and Southern is because they play the Bayou Classic. That's it. Yes. They would tell you they couldn't name not one. And I'm here where we got multiple. In just Houston alone, we got 3. So
my nephew and my niece go to HBC. Well, my nephew graduated from A&T, North Carolina A&T, and my niece goes to Shaw.
Yeah. So we have, like I said, so it's for me, I get it. I don't want to see Deshaun mess it up. I don't want to see it be a fiasco. But these are schools that need the funding. They need to bring the revenue in. They need the attention because they were literally left for dead, irrelevant. Like Prairie View A&M was so bad, and they football team, they were basically damn near sharing jock straps. They were so bad that they literally got absorbed into the UT system because they were gonna go under.
Well, Doug Williams with the Grambling, bro. They didn't even have a weight room.
Yeah. Dude, like this is real. This is how bad. I have some friends who played football at HBUs, and they were like, "It's that bad." They don't have, you see what these 5A players may not even be at the Alabamas and the Clemsons and all this, but they got nice stuff.
Yeah,
they basically went from high school to high school.
Yeah, free weights in the corner. That's the weight room.
That's the weight room.
Right. Like when Deion first got to Colorado, right, Larry? He was like in awe of the facilities, and Colorado's facilities nowhere near like Texas A&M's, Alabama's. Like,
well, he was like,
really confused.
He was like, we gotta make some changes here. You know what I'm saying?
Think about Jackson State, though. Think about when he was at Jackson State. What they facilities when he first got there? He
had his wallet and his money stolen out of his locker and all that other type of stuff.
That's why the Jackson State era for him was so problematic in the sense of, again, we can talk HBCUs and how they hurt themselves because that's the way we've always done it. And my grandfather, bro, I don't care how you've always done it. You're broke. Try something new.
Yeah, try something new.
Because when I got to Jackson, started talking about what was wrong, everybody got offended. How dare you come here and tell us what we're not doing right? Now, once he left, they decided they were going to do all the things he said. They didn't like when he was there. But this is a problem historically with HBCUs is HBCUs want to be relevant again, but they don't want to change how they do business.
Because they feel like it's the tradition.
I like it for Delaware State, bro. How you got a college football team? How you have a college, a D1, mind you?
The D1.
They're in the MEAC, a D1 football program, and your stadium only seats 7,000. Come on, son. How you gonna make any money?
There's high schools in Texas that seat more than that.
Man,
easily, bro. Hey, don't get me started on Texas high school stadiums.
It's a way of life down there. It's a way of life down there.
Like I said, I like it with the schools taking a swing.
Yeah.
I'm just hoping it's not the wrong messenger. Is all I'm hoping.
Okay.
No, I hope it's not either.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, again, with the squad that's won one game, like everybody's alluded to, I'm all for giving a guy a shot. And again, I don't want to say giving him a shot like he hasn't paid his dues or he's coached. He's coaching high school currently. He's an offensive coordinator now.
But this is how you pay your dues. You start at the lowest rung or the bad team, bad school, and and try to bring him up. And then you go, to a next step above, a little better school, maybe more resource. This is literally him paying his dues, by the way. This essentially, yeah. But this is the path they never gave us. Also, like you guys said, we never even got this path before.
Yeah,
when it was multiple white guys, Trent Dilfer went to UAB. Nobody even knows Trent Dilfer's coaching in college football. Let's be honest. All right, because when the last time UAB had a good season?
Never.
So the fact that there's some form of the black players are now getting a chance somewhere to start down at the bottom and work their way up. Hell, like we said, just give us a damn opportunity.
Yeah. Dude, I'll go even further. Deshaun, regardless of Barry like it or not, that dude made a couple of Pro Bowls. And like, man, just by being a Pro Bowl player, you should have the cachet to say, hey, I could be able to coach or do something. Well, before it was guys who it's guys that are literally like in the Hall of Fame and they were like, they couldn't get a job.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Warren Sapp, nobody wanted to hire him.
Yeah. The life after football.
Nobody would hire him. Like, even give him an opportunity.
Chad Johnson is begging for somebody to give him a shot.
Right now, right now he on the podcast with Ryan Clark doing Inside the NFL. But like real talk, I want to see Chad Johnson, Ocho Cinco, whatever the heck he wants to be called, doing work. Yeah. I think he'd be a decent coach.
I'd love to see it.
He's
good on that. He's really good on the Inside the NFL. So like guys like him, it's funny because controversy always talks about Teddy Bridgewater, but he high school coach. He literally just won a state title. And then on the Lions. So a lot of guys do go to high school. They do cut their teeth somewhere, and then it's nice for them to transition to college, but not bypass some of these HBCUs and really get a shot there. So we'll see how.
I'll say this, and that's gonna be my final thing, because we rely on you for the past, Chandler. 20 years ago, would Teddy Bridgewater even get a high school job, head coach?
Teddy Bridgewater wouldn't have got a second shot in the NFL 20 years ago.
Yeah, man.
Exactly.
Yeah, man. Second, third, fourth shot.
Bingo. And that dude's Wikipedia page is about as long as my arm, man. God, I'm looking at that right now. That's insane. With that being said, moving on, as I alluded to, Christmas Day brought a lot of sports across the screen, and we sat here on this very network and went nuts because Netflix did not do the streaming stuff correctly for the fight. I will sit here and tip my cap to Netflix, which is great for those of us that like wrestling. I didn't see one glitch.
I'm not paying for Netflix. I ain't see it.
I didn't see one glitch as far as the both games. So whatever issue they had, it was resolved. Also, like the people they had involved with it. I like the fact that Nate Burleson came over. JJ Watt was there.
Mina Kimes deserves to be a GM. I'm telling y'all.
Yeah, Mina Kimes is a sharp woman. They had RG Griffin III So
Yeah.
Yeah, they just, RG was tripping a little bit to me. I'm like, dude, you from Texas? You acting like you not from Texas, dude. Like,
He's a clown, bro.
yeah,
He's a clown.
he was over there like the dude that's pretending he from somewhere he really not from there.
Yeah, exactly.
The one thing I found kind of wonky was after the Steelers Chiefs game, they interviewed Patrick Mahomes and Travis Kelce, and that segment just ran. Right, I felt that segment was really long, and then it felt like they were trying to fill space.
Yes,
you know what I mean? They were to fill space to get to the next game. So that kind of was wonky to me. But I agree. I thought the presentation was pretty solid. I agree. I was happy to see Mina Kimes there because I love seeing her. I think she's great. And I think she kind of gets stuck in that Seattle state of mind on TV, and like that's all they think of her for. So it's good to see her there. I think she's on to some good things, right? But I thought the presentation was good. I thought the game sucked, just in general.
You don't like any of that.
It was two blowouts.
Two blowouts. You know what I mean? But Netflix, they did good. They did a good job.
Yeah. I thought they did really, really good with it. Again, football games notwithstanding, as a Steelers fan, and again, I'm gonna go ham tomorrow about what I've seen. But
let me say this serious because everybody keeps talking about that interception. The interception wasn't on Russell Wilson.
No, it wasn't. But he threw the damn ball.
It was on Pickett.
It was on Pickett.
Pickett should have kept it going. But trust me.
You know what?
I'm going off.
But you know what? I'm gonna say this. And let's talk about the games, man. The interception was on Pickens because Pickens should have pulled that receiver over, but Russ predetermines where he wants to throw to a lot.
Sometimes. Yeah.
And it was three dudes there. The safety came over the top and picked it, but it was two other dudes over there, and he shouldn't have threw the ball to begin with. He predetermined where he wanted to go with it.
But part of that, though, honestly, for me, I think, and this is where I don't know if it was Barry or Larry that was criticizing Arthur Smith as an OC. Arthur Smith needs more playmakers than the Steelers have.
Yeah.
And he gets stuck in this thing of because even in Tennessee, they had playmakers. You know what I'm saying? So he was able to call a bunch of stuff. He's calling stuff that doesn't fit the Steelers personnel. And it looks like to me he's having a hard time adjusting because Russ in the red zone, even when he was in Seattle, you either got to roll the pocket with him or run the ball, or you got to get him to a spot where the dude just wide open in the end zone. Because for some reason, when it's compressed like that and you just have Russ do a drop back, Russ is not that great. And I always admit that. But Arthur Smith, but again, it goes back to offensive coordinator. Arthur Smith's got to call better plays. To you know what I'm saying? Because if you only got George Pickens and Freiermuth, dude, come on, son. And Najee, what's his name? Najee
Harris,
and the other kid, Warren, they not it when it comes to trying to just pound the ball up the middle. So I'll put like this. To me, it's I say 60-40 Arthur Smith, 60 Russ 40 when it comes to the red zone issues.
They need another. They always needed another.
No. Hold. No. Not even close.
Really?
Not even close. Here's the thing. Here's the thing, Chandler. I have sat here on this very network between a Steelers show that I run with my pops and this show here, and beat the drum that Russell Wilson is the answer at quarterback.
Okay, which I think he is.
Again, he is. But here's the thing. I have dragged Justin Fields for his decision-making. Ultimately, when it's all said and done, whether he predetermines it, whether he leaves the ball inside, whatever the case may be, Russell Wilson is not playing great football. Now,
the red zone.
The red zone, we have a turnover in the red zone as of yesterday. We have, over the course of Russell Wilson's 8 games, he has 6 picks. Okay? 4 of them are in the red zone.
That's what I'm talking about. So what I'm saying is if you notice about Russ, and again, Larry knows this goes all the way back to Seattle. Call some different plays.
Yeah.
Hit the drop.
So let me just tell you this. And me and Sirius have had this conversation offline. The good things about Russell Wilson, he can throw the deep shots. The off-script plays, I've said that here. If he improvising, he's good at that. The play action, rolling out play action, he's good at that.
Yes.
When you have Russ in the pocket, he's only 5'8". You got 6'5" linemen. He cannot see. The only way he can see is if he's doing 5-6 step dropbacks. He can't do a 3-step drop back in the pocket. He can't see. That's why he makes
drops in the red zone.
But he
predetermines where he's going with the football.
The ball.
And again,
he does that a lot.
I will say this. Okay, you can't have a bad offensive line with a 5'8" quarterback with a predetermined idea where he's going with the football. It's literally the perfect storm right now because my offensive line over the past month has been getting pushed like they're getting pushed back. Yes. I don't know if it's Bryce Jones. I don't know who. Again, I've looked at the tape, and again, I'm gonna break it down tomorrow. I'm doing a video for the show. Shameless plug. But my offensive line is getting beat badly, and so a lot of it is rush. Just let me get rid of this here. Let me try to make something out. Let me try to figure it out. Let's do this and the third. I don't think it's bad play calling on the sense that in the red zone, we're not doing anything different than what we was doing with Justin Fields, but let's keep it a buck. When Justin Fields was in the game, we were at the bottom of the league in red zone efficiency anyway, and that's with him scrambling.
But that speaks to your lack of playmakers, though.
It speaks to a lack of innovation and a lack of understanding in the personnel we have. Because
you know what?
I said this on Monday when I was talking with my dad. We were still trying to play and act like we had Pickens in the lineup with him out the lineup. I don't understand why, for the life of me, we sat there and sent our smallest receiver on 9 routes when you got Mike freaking Williams sitting there, and that's what the hell we went and got him for.
But that's the OC.
No, it's again. I don't know. Oh, the OC doesn't put the players in the game.
Yes, he does. That's the package.
He better.
Here's what I know.
Who's doing it? Who's Tomlin? No. Tomlin doesn't pick the. He doesn't pick the play. He doesn't tell you go in.
Everything runs through Tomlin. Everything runs through Mike.
No, not like from play to play. Who's personnel gonna go in for the? It's 11 package and stuff.
It's package, but Mike has the final say of what
I feel like serious though. I feel like you're passing the blame. I feel like you're trying to spread it out and pass it around. Like I don't think it's as simple as you're trying to make it. I honestly think that it's a personnel issue. I think Russ is who he is. Yeah. We've known for years who he is. A guy that predetermines. But you knew who that was. Yeah, but you knew who that was when you picked him up.
So you know what I mean? Like, has to be able to take that into account.
Yeah, but I mean, like, honestly, I think your personnel is not bad. I don't think your personnel is great. I think you guys should have been in the running to go get Adams. That's what you should have done.
We were.
Yeah, you know what I mean? So, honestly, you need a stud receiver. Pickens is not it. And honestly, I'd never liked his attitude. I really don't.
I think Pickens can be it if you here's the piece. Here's the guy I think the Cardinals will get serious because he wants out.
Garrett Wilson. I want
Garrett
Higgins.
Wilson.
I like Garrett Wilson too.
Higgins is going to be very expensive, and a lot of teams are going to be his.
I want Higgins. I want to go right over to Cincinnati and get Higgins.
You
know what? Honestly, we gotta talk about this real quick because I mean I love the Steeler talk, but like Kansas City keeps winning games. Mm-hmm. They're the worst 15-1 team you've ever seen in your life, right? That's what everybody wants to say. I don't know about this team. Like, I've learned my lessons for the last couple of years. Stop betting against Patrick Mahomes. Now, do they get a lot of favorable calls?
Sometimes, yeah.
All the time? You know, like God is good.
When you're good, you get the breaks. But you know what, though? The Chiefs pick up guys who fit what they want to do.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Their player personnel and scouting department are amazing at saying, okay, this dude can't catch, he can't do this, he can't do that. And Kadarius Toney, for all the balls he dropped, he caught the one he was supposed to catch in the playoff.
And then he caught that pink slip when they needed
exactly.
it.
Then they got rid of him. Marquez Valdez-Scantling, Juju Smith-Schuster. Hell, Kareem Hunt, who they got rid of and then brought back. Kareem Hunt looks reborn.
Looks reborn.
Hollywood Brown can't stay healthy, but suddenly they got him healthy at the right time.
At the right
They
time.
And that's the thing is not, the reason they look worse. Number one, their offensive line is terrible. But then they go put Joe Thuney out of tackle. Who knew Joe Thuney could play tackle? But they're tired, bro. The last 2 seasons they played 3 seasons.
Yeah.
And look at all the games they played, right?
Mm-hmm.
So guys are tired. The bodies are beat up. They're not going to look like world beaters. But you got Andy Reid. You got Patrick Mahomes.
I look at it like that.
Times that's all you need.
Hey, but you know what else they got? They got Spags.
Spags.
Dude, hey, look, Aaron, what I told you. I say, oh, you got Pickens back. He gonna take Pickens out of the game.
Yep.
Hey, Spags, and they didn't even have Chris Jones. Dude,
Yeah.
the thing about watching that
offensive
game,
line up.
yes, the thing about watching that game to me was Chiefs are actually getting healthy at the right time, which is kind of scary a little bit. They kind of clicking, but I mean, like we all said, they the shakiest 15-1 team. I think they could be had at some point, but they are.
But who's gonna have them?
The Ravens, because Kyle Hamilton is playing where he's supposed to be.
Yeah,
and they got Marlon Humphrey finally playing down because Marlon Humphrey is basically a safety, a run-stopping safety in a cornerback's body. Because every game he gets beat on the double move. I could beat Marlon Humphrey on the double move because he always bites.
I mean, the Bills.
Some of them he catch them. Some of them he bringing them back. But you know, like I said, I see Kansas City. They doing Kansas City things, man. They got a defensive coordinator over there who's freaking amazing. People forget he beat them Patriots teams, man.
Yeah, twice.
Like that dude knows how to coach. Don't let him be a head coach, but as a coordinator,
he's a classic example, Larry, of a guy that's a coordinator and not a head coach, and there's nothing wrong with that.
Or who we said he was young, he was going to learn. Because I mean, Rex, I know most people don't like. I love Rex Ryan because Rex knows defense, and all Rex kept saying all year, he said, right now he's coaching from the book. Give him time to learn how to actually call a defense on the fly and go with his gut and be like, oh, this is the way the game is going. You know, later for what I had scripted. We got to adjust to this. The Ravens defense over the past 4 games, it's
they've been lights out
from last year.
Lights out.
They've been lights out.
I mean, if there's any time for like the Bills, who are playing some pretty solid football outside of the game, the Patriot game was a little shaky. But you look at like Josh Allen and you look at Lamar Jackson, they're playing the best football those two guys have ever played in their careers in the NFL.
Dude,
if there was
4 interceptions.
Yeah, if there was any time for those two to pick off Patrick Mahomes, this is the year. Because what Chandler's point, it's a tired Kansas City team. 3-peats are they're impossible. Nobody's done it, right? It's hard to do. If this was any time, any of these two teams can pick that Kansas City team off, barring referees' help, this is the year.
Well, I mean, you know, I hate to say it because I actually wanted the Steelers to win. It would have been perfect if Buffalo would have got that number 1 and nobody wants to go play in 3 feet of snow. And I can tell you right now, Patrick Mahomes has not looked that good in 3 feet of snow. So you
that's where the Derrick Henry comes in, bro.
But yeah, I'm saying, but nobody wanted to go to Buffalo. Nobody wanted to go to Buffalo. But when they clinched that number 1, so everybody got to go to KC now. And we'll see what happens. But yeah. That was the biggest thing I took from that game. You know, I live here, so you know that Texas game was a little brutal over here. It was.
I saw it on NFL Network. You know, after I was like probably 3:00 this morning, bro.
Yeah,
I have not seen a quarterback regress like this.
It's not regression.
His offensive line is so bad. His offensive line is worse than ours.
There you go. Because that's the narrative that's going around, which is not fair. that
No.
CJ Stroud has regressed. And I'm like, dude, that's not the narrative. That's not what's going on with this guy. He's got 2 receivers hurt. The offensive line is a mess. Like, it's not this kid's fault. Like, I'm literally listening to people tell me that CJ Stroud is trash. And he's no, like, do you know what you're talking about? Do you watch the games?
Do they watch games?
Do they watch games?
I'm
like, CJ Stroud, yeah, he's overthrowing guys, but he's got like 3 guys in his face. And he's throwing.
They lost Mixon most of the year.
Yeah, they lost Mixon. They lost Diggs. They lost Dell. Nico.
He's drop back and dudes are in his face.
Exactly.
Of the drop back.
Yes, like that's the most egregious thing. And people, for all the they love Patrick Mahomes. He's the greatest quarterback. Patrick Mahomes look real mortal when he don't have his weapons and he don't have his line. He look real mortal.
Ask Tampa Bay.
For somebody who got him on it.
What happened to Laramie Tunsil? What happened to Laramie Tunsil, bro?
Dude, so
I don't know.
To me, the problem with the Texans started when they drafted. I was keeping it nice, man, but hey, I'm on it tonight. When they drafted fucking Titus Howard in the first goddamn round, I literally was pissed. Why would we take a risk on a guy converting from quarterback at a lower level school to play line in the NFL in the first round?
I'm sorry, what?
Yes. Titus Howard was a quarterback at a lower level school who converted to offensive line for 1 year, and they took him in the first round.
Okay, quarterback. I've heard quarterback tight end, quarterback wide receiver, quarterback running back. I have never heard of a quarterback. I'm gonna play offensive.
We're gonna go there. He's too light in the ass. He's too light in the ass because he was a quarterback. Wow. The dude, literally, if you watch when we watch Texans games, because I'm in Texas, so I watch their games. The Texans announcers are literally saying they're rotating coverage to help him out. They've been rotating coverage to help him out. That's why they moved him from tackle to guard, back to tackle again. And the other line was actually making up for his deficiencies. Now what's happening is Green's playing like all trash too, so you can't rotate him.
I love it. I'm sorry. I love it because we drafted him.
And it was, I mean, I was at a sports bar with my homeboys, and they big Texas fan. They was like, "What the fuck are we doing? Wow. We could have got that dude in the 3rd round because they said he was maybe a 4th round pick, maybe, and we took him in the 1st round."
Okay, somebody wanted to prove they smart. Somebody wanted to prove they were smart.
Mm-hmm. Somebody wanted to prove they were smart, and they took a risk. But it's coming back to bite them in the ass because, like I said, they have even last year they had been rotating help to him. Tunsil always gonna give you those false starts. That's just Tunsil. Tunsil can block.
He's getting beat a lot, though. He's getting beat a lot now.
But yeah, now he's getting beat a lot, and you can't even slide. You can't even slide on protection. You can't even chip. Like, dude, real talk. Dalton Schultz is a good receiving tight end. He's having to stay in and help block. He can block, but that's not what he should be doing. He should be running routes. He's a really good receiving tight end. I'll go there. I'm more with when I watch the Texans, I see all the problems on offense. He's had receivers in and out. Joe Mixon was out, all of those things, right? D'Amico calls the defense.
Right.
D'Amico calls the defense. And yeah, they lost Petrie. They've had a couple of injuries on the defense. Of course, they still playing without Shazier. Yeah, they still playing without him. So yeah, and I get it. Next man up. But that defense is getting gashed.
Because they're on the field too much.
Yeah, that too. They're on the field too much. They getting gashed. That's the more thing that's concerning to me. I mean, I had to go back around this series, but that's the more concerning thing about the Steelers. That defense is getting gashed like the Texas defense getting gashed.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And they're not creating the turnovers like they was. So it's like if your defense ain't really creating turnovers, and I'm like this, when they're not creating turnovers on the opposite end of the field, it's okay if they get a turnover. You still gotta go 90 yards. Who cares about that? But when you get turnovers, get an offense a short field, it helps the defense out because now they're playing with a lead. These defenses ain't getting these turnovers like they was, and I honestly think that the Texans, they might win the division. I think they clinched it. I think already.
They won and done.
Yeah, they gonna probably be one and done.
Yeah.
Who, the Texans?
Yeah.
They play us 1st round.
Yeah, so Steelers should win. But the other thing too is let's be honest, man. The Steelers have been playing. They took a step up in weight class these past 3 games. All right. Nobody thought the Steelers were going to win the Super Bowl this year. None of us did. I don't believe anybody did.
Right.
But I know we all
did.
One,
Nick did.
Maybe 2. But
well, I mean, my man Nick did. I ain't gonna hold you.
Okay, well, okay. Besides him, so I kind of think it stands to reason that they lost these games because they took a step up in weight class. That they're not on the level of the 3 teams they just lost to. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
So I don't really look at it as like the sky is falling. I said, okay, you hit your ceiling.
So here again, I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say this tomorrow when I record. It's not that the sky is falling. I can accept a loss. Okay. If we just go out, in theory. If we go out there and compete and the other team just classes and outbeats us, that's fine.
Right.
What I've seen the past month is we shouldn't even got off the damn bus. And that's the thing that bothers me. We're shooting ourselves in the foot. Okay. Defensively, we've given up in the past 3 weeks, we've given up probably 28, 29 points, a game in those last 3 weeks.
Yeah.
Offensively, we can't move the football. And I don't give a damn if you want to say because Pickens was out and whatever case may be. We do not look like a team that can go into the single elimination tournament and do anything. So with that being said,
well, you know what? Hey, Aaron, so let me just say this, dude. So we're looking at the games from yesterday, right?
Yeah.
Remember how we always categorize quarterbacks and we say, okay, you got, your starter. Then you got your guys who are like your really good, but Pro Bowl maybe level. And then you got your elite quarterbacks, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
When you look at the 2 teams that lost, the Texans and the Steelers, they are like that Pro Bowl. They're really good teams, but they're not in that elite level yet. Like I've seen Texan wins that were really good wins. I've seen Steelers wins that were really good wins. But then when you look at like the Ravens and the Chiefs, and I get it, the Chiefs have been, a little iffy this season. But their defense has been the same. But now you're looking at these elite teams. I've seen the Ravens be on that elite level and put away teams. I've seen the Chiefs put away teams. I've seen the Bills at that elite level. And I get it, the Lions got some issues now, but I've seen those teams at that elite level where they are putting away teams. Literally, like you said, look like they shouldn't even got off the damn bus. Like they should have stayed in the locker room or something. And that's what we're starting to see, especially this late in the season. We're seeing those teams that are your elites, like your quarterbacks, your really good ones, and then you got everybody else.
Yeah, the Bears are going to win.
Of course,
this game.
you got Bears Giants.
No, they are. No, they are.
Bears going to win this game.
No, they are. I don't understand why they're throwing the football. It's raining sideways. You want to send Geno Smith back to throw?
Their defense keep them in this game.
Yep.
And Geno is going to throw another ball that the one that Tremaine, whatever his name, should have caught. Geno's going to throw at least 2 more of those in this game, and the Bears are going to get one of them. They're going to win this game like 10. This game is going to be like a 10-6 game. Watch.
This is going to be one of the most boringest Thursday night games I think I've watched in so long.
Hey, Bowling Green.
I mean,
the Bowling Green game pretty good. Bowl game.
I mean,
I would have took on the Rockets, but they playing the Pelicans.
That Pitt Toledo game was pretty good today too.
We beat the Brakes. Yeah, that Pitt Toledo game. The 16 overtime.
The players played hard, but that was a masterclass in scared coaching. That was a masterclass in it.
Yeah.
Because I'm sorry, y'all should have went for on that second overtime, bro. Yeah. First of all, how do you overthrow a dude that's 6'7" when he's wide open? Okay, and Duggar, why? Oh my God, dude, you can't retreat to the 50-yard line. Throw the damn ball. Oh, that game had me so frustrated. But it was a good game as far as 6 overtime. Rutgers, I'm telling y'all right now, 9 wins next year in the Big Ten. 2 years from now, Rutgers is winning the Big Ten.
Rutgers.
I hate Greg Schiano. Let's be very clear. I hate Greg Schiano. Look at that Rutgers
They just
team.
lost to Kansas State.
And what was the score?
41-44.
There you go. Greg Schiano can coach at Rutgers. He can't coach no damn where else. He can coach at Rutgers.
You ain't getting 41 points in the Big Ten. What are you, crazy?
If they were in the Big 12, and I said this in the group chat, if they were in the Big 12 or the ACC, they would have been and they would have made the championship game. I'm saying that, but I'm not saying that team right now. What I'm saying is they got that the quarterback is going to be good. They got some great young freshman wide receivers. Rutgers can always run the ball. They can always run the ball. They won 7 games this year.
But they got to keep these kids, Chandler. That's the problem.
They're freshmen. Listen, Greg Schiano.
But, you know, they're gonna be in the portal. You already know that.
Yeah, I'm telling you how I don't know what it is about him in New Jersey. Mm-hmm. That dude can build a team in Jersey, right? Trust me on this. 9 wins next year. 9 wins. I'm telling you.
It's recorded. It's recorded. It's recorded.
Until they see they can get 980,000 in the portal.
You gotta pay up.
This is a dude that if I met him in person, I'd kneecap him.
one of the many people that Chandler would kneecap.
But I'm telling you, that dude can
Schiano keeping these kids is going to be the big deal, man. Like NIL, it chased off the Miami basketball coach. You know what I'm saying?
Dude, there's money in Jersey. You know there's money in Jersey. All that mob money is money in Jersey.
But do they want to come to Jersey?
He's getting kids he's getting a lot of kids from Pennsylvania, New York, because you know it's town New York, New Jersey. He's put a fence around his little corner of the Northeast corridor.
He did that years ago with Rice and company.
Yeah. Remember some of those teams?
Yeah, those teams were good. His team I saw this season looks very reminiscent of that. But it's a different time, though. That's what I'm saying.
I know, but
most kids are going to be, Ohio State going to be knocking on their door. Hey, you want a little money?
Ohio State going to get them. So, speaking of college, man, this news came across the screen today. Miami head basketball coach Jim Larrañaga decided to step down, citing that it was just too tired.
He's tired.
He turns 75 in October, so he is a little up in years. But what you guys think of that? And who do you think is maybe a good fit to coach the Miami basketball program? Villain, talk to me.
I'm tired, boss. Listen. He's 75 years old. He's been coaching for 30 years. Congratulations to him, and hope he enjoys his retirement. But he said he's tired because it's NIL, man. He had a team in the Final Four that got beat by my UConn Huskies, the 2-time national defending champion UConn Huskies. Put some respect on. Okay. Listen, he had a team that went to the Final Four. The next day when they lost, 8 of them went into the NIL portal. He's like, he can't take it. He can't do it. That's what's making him tired, trying to keep the kids that he has and trying to explain to them. Like he said, he had a conversation with the kid, like, what, do you not like it here? No, I love it here. I love it here. But it's the lure of getting more money in the NIL portal and the transfer portal. It is what is exhausting him and why he's leaving the game. That's why, Nick Saban left. And, that's why all these guys are starting to leave, right? It's a different ball game. These kids are getting paid. The field hands are getting paid. And, they don't like it. You know what I'm saying? They can't adjust.
That's my issue with these coaches that say that, though, because why you guys all have children, right? Mm-hmm. All y'all got children. I don't. Why do you want your kids to go to college? So they can get good jobs, make money, all that other good stuff, right? And have a good life, right? Do better than you. At the end of the day, you want your kids to do better than you, right? Well, if I'm a coach, and when I recruited your child, I said to you, I'm going to help your child live out the dream you want from them, which is to do better than you, to go further than you. Mm-hmm. Well, if that kid can make that money, because a lot of these kids aren't going to play professionally. Let's be clear. They're not going to play professionally. Mm-hmm. So if he can go to a situation that helps him financially and sets him up for success, right? And he's still going to get an education, no matter where he goes, still going to get an education. but he's also set financially. So some of them loans and stuff, they get paid off sooner, right? As a coach, why would you be upset about that? Unless all you care about is wins and losses and control. See, that's my issue with these dudes, because I want to have control. I want to be able to jump ship and make my life better. But the hell with your child, even though I promised you I was going to help take care of your child. But I want either Jerry Stackhouse or Nick Van Exel coach in Miami.
I would love Jerry Stackhouse as a Tar Heel fan. Believe me, I love that guy so much. I love Jerry Stackhouse to get there and coach. Nick Van Exel, I didn't even know he was in the business. So what he's doing now?
He's a somewhere.
Yeah, I think he's.
And I got you. Give him a shot as a head coach, so he may as well get it in college.
Dude, the only thing I'll say about this, man, and I get it, he look, if anybody can say, look, I'm tired, I'm ready to go home. Aside Forrest Gump, man, he can say it. He can say it next to Forrest. But you see a lot of these older coaches and they leaving the game because they can't handle the NIL. The only thing I'll say about the NIL has always been to me is like with anything you first roll it out, it's gonna have some problems, it's gonna have some errors. You gotta tweak with it, right? And I get it. Coaches can leave, coaches can do it, but coaches sign 3-year, 4-year contracts. They're literally giving these dudes $1 million and not saying you got to stay a year or two, or hey, this is $1 million for 2 years, or $1 million for 3 years, or $3 million for 3. Like you have to have this structured in some type of way where these guys do not have that enticement to say, okay, I came in, got my NIL money, I'm not going next season, and then I go get more NIL money. Yeah. It's one of those things where the NCAA needs to fix that, because now you're seeing the side effect that some of these really good coaches are like, you know what, I'm out the hell with that. I got them here. I thought I was gonna have them at least 2 years, but I got them a year and they gone.
Larry, there was I forget the game I was watching. Jano, I don't remember. I can't just where one of the teams, the way the NIL structure is set up, the announcer was talking about it, is that there's money. There's the more money is for guys that is for the ones who choose to stay. In other words, if you just want to go because they're giving you the bag over there, fine. But they tell me to come and listen. If you stay, as you stay, these are increases that you're going to get. So they're setting it up so guys understand. Okay, I stay and play. I can stay here, especially like you said, Barry. You said the kid told me he liked the school. He wanted more money. Well, you already know you're gonna get more money by staying. You understand what I'm saying? And so the coach is building a foundation that way, which kind of feeds in what you're talking about.
It's not like that. They can get in and get their money and jump ship. It was that guy. What was it? I think it was like Arizona State or one of them. He got in and he was like, "Oh, they haven't given me all my money," so he refused to play. I forgot what.
No, that wasn't Arizona State. It was. I know who you're talking about. Those quarterbacks.
He was like, he didn't get all of his money.
New Mexico State.
Yeah, he didn't get all his money, so he refused to play.
Because they loaned it to him.
Yeah, but I'm saying, but they can do that. He could get his bag and just leave.
Yeah, but what I'm saying though is, if the kid wants to stay, there's the incentive for which again, it's basically I'm saying the same thing you said.
Yeah.
When you sign them through the NIL, okay, you sign a 2-year scholarship instead of a 1-year scholarship.
Yeah, you gotta have the structure some type of way. Because
how are this deal? What are the NIL contracts? Are they actual contracts? Like
no, yes, the contracts with what they call collectives.
Right.
Yeah, it's not.
So it's not a contract with the school.
No, but the school.
It's like an incentive program.
Affiliated.
Yeah.
Right. That's what I mean. Like it's so loose that can you blame these kids for leaving after 1 year? The contract ain't a contract. Right. You know what I mean? Like it's just a bag. Here you go.
Yeah.
It's like come here.
It's like if you sign with Nike, and even though you play on this team, and I'm signed with Nike, but then I got a deal with Nike, but then Adidas come back and say, you know what? We can sweeten that deal for you, and you could just leave and go.
No, you can't, because of that. Them contracts like you sign with the shoe companies, bro.
Well, I'm saying you're not exactly. Yeah, I'm saying, but you're not exactly tied to the school per se.
Right.
It's just it's the name, image, and likeness that you're getting for being there. But I think
it needs to get cleaned up.
Yeah, it do need to be a little bit more. I'm gonna say structured. They need to kind of work out the tweaks with it, because the NCAA for me is like they made all this money all these years, but then they ain't like they can't handle the simplest shit, like working out
because they're trying to keep their nonprofit status. And trust me, you would be y'all probably one of y'all. No, I forget who it is. Barry maybe. That how much money they get that nonprofit stuff. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
All right. So if they tie it to the school, technically now these guys are employees of the school. That nonprofit status goes away. Exactly. That's the flying in ointment because the NCAA is still trying to hold on to the billions of dollars they get from that nonprofit.
Yeah, no.
You understand what I'm saying?
Or from the government so that they don't have to pay.
That's what I'm talking about. Those are billions of dollars, man.
Yeah, they don't pay no taxes over it.
So
like I said, they got to do something about that, and they got to do something about, if I get it, because if the NIL money is tied to a lot of stuff, I don't want to see dudes in college for 8 years. I don't want to see you in college and you playing with your son. Because
you mean like what's my man name that played for 7 years trying to play 8th year?
But he's not even the only one. He's not.
It's a quarterback. I forget who it is. He done played for 7 years.
You talking about Cam Rising? Cam Rising?
Yeah. Cam Rising.
But
I thought you were talking about DJ.
There's other guys who are playing like 6 and 7 seasons.
Why not, bro?
Like,
listen,
dude, like,
if I could go to college for 6 years, right, and keep getting grants and loans, right, and drag out my degree, so I don't have to face the real world as a student. And listen, I know people have done that. I know people went to college for like 8 years, bro, until finally school's like, listen, man, if you get your damn degree, we gonna give you get the fuck out.
That's a movie. That's a movie. Ben Wilder.
People in real life.
What was the movie with Ice Cube?
Just to go in and get your master's, right? You're looking to be in school almost 9 years.
You talking about higher learning?
Yes,
higher learning.
Higher learning.
Yes.
Yeah.
So why can't an athlete do that, bro?
Right.
Because you're getting paid. Like I said, I don't want to see dudes.
Yes.
But I don't want to see dudes in college for 7 seasons and this day 16.
I do. Grow a beard, get gray. Man, listen, stay in school as long as you can, man.
Yeah, because you
like the ringer over here, man. You 38 and you playing against 19-year-olds, man.
That's crazy. My man got a 401k, goatee,
You got a mortgage and kids.
Mortgage kids.
You still a double AR.
He gonna be going to college with his kids. Chandler, they'll be going to college. Hey, son, what's up? He'll be like Rodney Dangerfield and that.
Yeah.
Dude, like you signed up for that class, son. Yeah, I'm gonna take that too. Yeah.
Senior or junior?
Yeah.
You're a melon.
Yeah. I'm like, dude, come on, man. It's like, and you know it has to be something with the money too, right?
Yes.
Because you remember Chandler's the senior on the group. Chandler, you know how hard it was to get 1 year more eligibility in NCAA?
Oh, man, dude.
Used to have to like play like one snap and get your kneecap decapitated to get 1 year more.
Even then, they would only give you 1 year of the red shirt extra year eligibility. That was it. You got 1 year. That was it.
1 year. And like they literally like pass them out like hotcakes. Like, wait, how many you need? Where you want to go? Okay, cool.
Diego Pavia, that court case he won. You see, NCAA already changed the rule. If you were playing at what was considered at a non-double NCAA school, even though you were playing football on scholarship, those years don't count. Now,
I did see that.
Those years don't count now.
So if you play at a
JUCO or NAIA, right? Yeah.
Think about that, Barry. Yo, UConn Huskies, dude. You could literally be a 28-year-old player and you playing against 18-year-olds in basketball. Yeah. Dude.
Destroying them.
Maybe. You never know.
Naismith Award winner.
Dude, think about it. I mean, if you think about it on a logical level, like, you've been lifting weights for 8 years, and you got a high school player coming in who's been lifting weights, like you say.
I'm gonna stick my elbow through his chest, right through.
Hey,
I would hate to take a charge for real.
Charge,
facts. Facts.
Imagine some freshman starting quarterback, and you getting tackled by an 18-year-old linebacker who's been lifting weights for 12 years.
Get off me, son.
Dude, that's gonna be horrible, man. Horrible. Hey, it's gonna be like that one guy in college with not college, but was it high school when Al Bundy brought in like all the ringers and he was like, man, who's Super Bowl ring? He's like, man, he's like, this will be the high school team from whose Super Bowl ring is this?
Right?
Like, come on, man.
That was funny though.
Yeah, dude. Yeah. I don't want to see that. I'm good on it. Done with it.
Yeah, that's crazy, man. So I mean, it's interesting to see how this whole thing's gonna shake out, man. But we got a bunch of people in the transfer portal. We got NIL, causing, coaches to. Yeah, it's wild because again, if you don't adapt, with the times and how things are, you're gonna be left behind. Mm-hmm. So it's gonna be interesting.
But you know what it's creating though? It's creating a pipeline for general managers.
Yeah.
Because
look at Belichick. Belichick has a GM, right, at North Carolina, and so now you can be a GM at college and then go to the next level.
Exactly.
GM in the pros. So
now we should start seeing more GMs of color because a lot of these coaches are hiring black guys, black former players, or black guys who are scouts, things like that they work with. They're hiring them as the GM.
Yeah. And a lot of this stuff too, Chandler, like my nephew, recently graduated college, so proud of him. He went to school for that, kind of stuff. You know what I mean? So it's like there you go to school, the curriculum that you had 20 years ago when I was in college is not the same now. Like there's so many different things that you can learn. You can learn sports management, but on a different level from when there was sports management when I was in college. Yeah. Now you can learn to be a GM in college, right? Yeah. You can learn to be an agent in college, right? There's a lot of things that you can learn in that's just applicable. So like a student now can just be an understudy to a GM, like as an internship in college. It's just a different world.
He's
right?
A TA, you're a TA or whatever, but that's the department you're working in.
Exactly.
And since you graduate and you're an alumnus and the head coaches and the administrators, now you got a foot in the door. So you go right back to your old school, right? Mm-hmm. And instead of having to be on the staff as the QA guy or whatever, you might walk into an actual job, assistant GM,
right?
Head of scouting, because they're gonna have. It's not recruiting anymore; it's scouting. Because you got to scout these kids, who's willing to stay, who's willing to go.
Dude, I'll go even further, Chandler. That's a good thing for me because how many people have the structure or the ability to be an unpaid intern for 4 years, 3 years, and that's what a lot of these dudes actually cut their teeth at because they unpaid interns. Like I literally watched the whole thing about Bobby Slovic. Bobby Slovic, he was like, dude, he was an unpaid intern for 4 years. Dude, how many of us can go 4 years with no job?
Bro, I can't go 6 months without a job. What you talking about? You know what I'm saying? Come on.
I can't go 2 weeks, man. Child support be on my ass. You know what
I mean? Right. Tell your wife, Sirius and Barry, tell your wife that you're quitting your job, right? So you can go be an unpaid intern, so you can get in the sports, be a GM, and she's gonna look at you and where you gonna live? Because somebody's gonna pay this mortgage. If it ain't you, somebody's gonna be up in here paying this mortgage.
Yeah, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm-hmm. I'm like unpaid, dude. And that's like I said. A lot of these dudes they start off as unpaid interns, and it's like, how many people actually have the ability to do that? And I get it. I get if the job was low paying, but we can handle a low paying job. We might be in this 1-bedroom apartment, but we're gonna stuff it out.
Or working at Burger King and you're over the night shift, something. But to be an unpaid intern and you working 60 hours a week, yeah, dude. So I'm all for it.
Yeah. Speaking of which, man, we had some great NBA games take off yesterday. NBA season at this point, it's about 30 games in, so we pretty much got a good understanding what teams are, what teams need to do. Villain, talk to me, my man. Your Knicks pulled out a close one yesterday, man. How you feel?
Bing bong. We here. We here. Even though I'm not allowed to talk about the Knicks because I'm not a New Yorker like Chandler said. But I'm never letting that go. I'm never letting that go. Now listen, Wemby is something, man.
Yes, he is.
But Wemby need to learn, dude. Stop hanging. All these dudes stop hanging out at the 3-point line. If he get his 7'8" ass like down in the block, yo, you can get easy buckets, man. Like he was just. The Knicks pushed him out and forced him to shoot threes in the fourth quarter.
He's still too light in the cakes.
Yeah, he's too light and like he settles for shots that he shouldn't be taking. So the Knicks took full advantage of that. The Knicks looked really good. All the Mikal Bridge haters, please come holler at us. Come holler at us. Talk to me because he's balling right now this month.
That was manufactured by the Post and the Daily News. It wasn't the fans that was that.
41 piece in a biscuit yesterday. The Knicks look good at home. I think the defense is still a little bit of a problem for the Knicks, but offensively, I think they're as good as anybody in the league. Trying to shut down Cat and Brunson. OG looking good. Mikal's playing well. Josh Hart getting down the court and at a lightning speed. I think the only thing for my Knicks is we need Mitchell Robinson back to shore up that second unit, especially at the center position. But McBride is good. Precious Achiuwa coming back looks good. Cameron Payne, he plays well off the bench. So I think the Knicks will put the pieces together. I think they're going to be about a 45-50 win team this year. But the Spurs, like I said, I think they got some young kids that can play. And I think, I think Sirius said it to start the season. Like, they got kids that are flying up and down the court. Mm-hmm. Castle looks really good. Mm-hmm. Like, what's that kid?
The green-head one? Shohan?
Yeah. Like, they got some kids on the wing, and Chris Paul is a difference maker, just settling that young team down, being the leader on the court. So the Spurs are a dangerous team.
Yeah. I mean, I got Harrison Barnes there too. So Harrison Barnes is a veteran.
Yes,
well.
Exactly. That's a great point. The Timberwolves, they will rule the day they traded away Cat.
Yes, especially for Julius Randle.
Julius Randle is, I like him personally. As a player, there's not a lot of players that he fits with.
He's not a winning player.
But it's not even that. It's his game. His game. Like he is. Everybody's crying that Ant Edwards is standing by the 3-point line shooting threes. I'm like, what else do you want him to do? Exactly. You got Rudy Gobert and you got Julius Randle clogging the paint. He can't get to the lane. All he could do is shoot from the outside. It's such a bad pairing with Randle and Edwards. They don't fit.
Because Randle likes to pound the ball. Randle pound it.
Exactly. And that's what I've been saying for years. I like Randle, but he pounds the ball. He was taking the ball out of Brunson's hands. That's not the game that they needed to play. The
ball in his hands, he's pounding. He disappears.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. But even still, Larry, serious, you guys know better than me. It's all about the fit, and he does not fit with Ant Williams. He doesn't fit. It's the worst thing that they did.
He's a bench player on a really good team that needs somebody to run the bench unit and keep the score the same.
But see, the thing is, Julius
Randle won't accept that.
He won't accept that. He will never accept it.
So that's why I say he's not a winning player, because he's Joel Embiid but shorter.
Yeah.
Ooh, say that again.
He's a shorter version of Joel Embiid. This is all about him. Okay. Yeah. He falls, so he gets all, and then God forbid, he actually falls. When he's hurt, he's out forever. Tell me the last season Julius Randle played a full season, and I'm going back to college.
Yeah,
maybe high school.
Yeah, and he's a good person. He's a tough player, but like it's just his game. It's always been a problem. His game. It's always been a problem. Everywhere he's going, LA. New Orleans, what have you, the fit. It just doesn't work.
The worst thing that happened was he made a damn all-star team.
Yeah. Yep. Exactly. And two things that I saw: Luka getting hurt.
What else is new?
That's what
happened. Out of shape, Luka.
Yeah, I mean that's what happens when you come in out of shape drinking beers. You know what I mean? And then Anthony Davis, water wet. Anthony Davis hurt.
Again.
What else is new? Turned his own ankle. Turn his own ankles.
Yeah, that was weird. That one was weird.
That is Anthony Davis in a nutshell.
Yeah.
At least he didn't trip over the tape that's right behind you that you was looking at when you started shooting around.
Oh, yeah, remember that series a few years ago where the Pelicans gave the Warriors all they can have? I think it was before the Warriors won their first championship, that playoff series.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That was the best version of Anthony Davis we ever saw. That was the Kentucky Anthony Davis.
Yeah.
Where the hell did he go?
That's when he had Cousins. And Cousins was
It was him and Boogie Cousins.
That's right.
That's
right. And he's just not that kind of guy. So, but the Warriors are done. Even if they make a trade for Jimmy Buckets, I don't know if that's going to help.
It is.
Kuminga is.
He's too inconsistent. He's got to
go. The Warriors, I don't think they have enough. The Lakers, in a 7-game series, if Davis is healthy and LeBron is there, they're dangerous in a 7-game series because of those two. Yeah. But other than that team is not going anywhere. No. I cannot see them. I could see them beating a Thunder team last year because they're young. The Thunder are a year older. I think they're a year wiser. I don't think they could beat the Thunder in a
depends on Holmgren. Depends on Holmgren. If Holmgren plays, there's no way in hell the Lakers can beat the Thunder.
Shay's gonna cook whomever it is, and Shay has to do it by himself. Then Shay will do it by himself.
Yeah, but what I'm saying against the Lakers, you can't account if Davis is actually engaged in playing. The only guy who could basically neutralize him as far as point for point is Holmgren. Otherwise, he's just gonna get all these small guys in foul trouble.
Well, I'll say this: if Anthony Davis is engaged and Chet is in the lineup, Anthony Davis is gonna put Chet in a blender. It's gonna be a problem because
but Chet's gonna score on the other end as well.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, again, we're talking hypotheticals and whatever case may be. I will still take Anthony Davis over Chet Holmgren right now.
No, right now, yeah. What I'm saying as far as scoring wise,
they
kind of cancel each other out, and that gives the rest.
I got you. I got you.
You know what I'm gonna tell y'all, and this is why I say if they ran against that Thunder team, they're a little bit wiser. You know how you beat a bunch of old guys?
You run
their ass out the gym. That Thunder team is like 8 deep now.
Yeah,
that Thunder team.
That's why I want Holmgren back, Larry.
It's not just Shea, bro. They got a solid 8, maybe 9 man rotation.
That Jalen Williams is balling right now. They got Aaron Wiggins is balling right now from Maryland.
What's the guy they got from that was on the Lakers, that was on the Bulls? He been balling.
Russo
been. You just got a check. You just got 81 mil. So
man, you want to talk about a smart trade?
Hardenstein been balling for them, dude. That
was a great
running him out the court.
That was great. We all said that, Chandler. We all said that. I said it. I was happy for him that he got the bag, but I was like, damn, I wanted him back on the Knicks because he can play. And he does a lot of things.
David Lee years ago.
Yeah,
right.
Nobody paid attention. All David Lee did was go to Golden State and help them start damn winning.
Yeah. I mean, it's a smart basketball player. But one thing I want to say too, if the Sixers remain healthy and sneak into that play-in, I don't know anybody that wants to play those 3 in a 7-game series.
Yeah, but we know they're not, though, because Joel Embiid is going to do something else stupid, like trip over somebody that he knew was already there, or he's going to do something stupid, like charge someone, obvious charge, and then get himself ejected in the first quarter of a game.
But do you think they can get to 35-40 wins?
No.
No. I think they can get to 32 if Joel Embiid decides to play.
So what's their record right now?
They are.
They're 10-17, right?
You got to remember, in the 7 he's only going to play 4 of them.
11-17.
He's not playing.
Right.
He's only going to play 4.
Yeah, right. He's only playing back to backs.
Yeah, but you got to sweep everybody.
So,
and Paul George will stay healthy.
Right now, they're at the 11th. They're in the 11th spot right now.
Yeah,
they're in the 11th spot. So they played 27 games, right? They played 27 games.
Yep.
They got 55 left, so they have to go to get to. You said 32
You said 32. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, literally,
Yeah,
they
25
could be
games.
under 500 and still get to 32, right?
Yeah,
but you only got to be the 10 to get to the play-in.
right.
Yeah, you
Right.
only gotta
So,
get to
I
10.
mean, they can be a play-in team. I think if they just play 500 ball the rest of the way out, get
Hey,
to that. Good.
No, I'm gonna have to go.
No, I mean, like, if they play 500 ball just to try to get to that play-in spot, 500 ball is still better than what they've been playing, right?
Yeah.
I just don't trust them at all, bro.
I don't trust him at all. I agree with you. I don't trust Embiid because he's Embiid. Paul George is more suited for his podcast than being on the court.
Exactly.
The only one I trust is Maxey right
That's
now.
it.
But they got pieces. They got pieces around them that's been had to play. It's starting to play some decent basketball.
You know what?
Beating Boston's no like that's no easy feat. They did it. So
If I'm the Sixers, I offer Embiid to the Pistons for Jalen Duren.
Real talk. I was about to mention. Don't mess with the Pistons right now. Don't mess with the Pistons.
Yeah.
They got 13 wins. Sitting in the 9th seed.
And we're not even at the All-Star break.
And we need the All-Star break, yo. I don't know which one of us said it. It wasn't me, but
right? You said you like the Pistons.
I said the Pistons and Rockets should be making the playoffs this year. They're too talented.
I was saying it, and there was a bunch of haters saying about the Rockets ain't gonna make the playoffs, and I say,
I said the Rockets should have made it last year.
I don't know who said that because they impressed me last year and they added a piece or two.
Yeah.
Like I think we said it right, seriously. We expected the Rockets to make the playoffs this year.
Yeah,
I think they were going to be a higher seed.
I expected the Rockets to be in the playoffs. I didn't expect them to be sitting right now at the number 2 seed.
2 seed, exactly. I felt like they were a playing team. I felt like they were a solid playing team.
And I thought it should be Oklahoma City, Rockets. I thought Sacramento would be better. I'm not gonna lie. I thought Sacramento. Those were the teams I thought should be the top 3.
They should not be 13 and 17 right now.
Yeah, Sacramento right now. I'm not sure what is going on, but with that lineup and who they have, DeMar DeRozan, and I'm shocked they're not playing good ball.
But you just said it, DeMar DeRozan. Tell me the last time. Let's go back to Toronto, DeMar DeRozan. How many times did Raptors underperform? Not win series that they should win. Not get far in the playoffs. DeMar DeRozan, I love DeMar DeRozan. He is not conducive to actually meeting expectations.
No,
he's not
at all.
Well, it's kind of like we talked about that Julius Randle trade. For me, when I look at that Sacramento game, I watched a couple of games this season. When I look at their team, right, it's like you look at Julius Randle and you're like, this don't fit. Because now Ant having to be on the 3-point line. Harrison Barnes actually shot consistent threes. He was able to stretch the floor. You got Sabonis who's clogging the lane up, and then you put in a slasher like DeRozan who's going to clog the lane up even more.
But DeRozan's a mid-range guy, right, Larry?
That's
so
mid-range.
That's the problem. He's got no room. He's got no room to operate.
No, he's not creating space for anybody else. You have to create that
Thompson.
For
you need to play Thompson in Sacramento because now you got your double guy in Sabonis. You got your slasher in the Aaron Fox, and if he can't get all the way, you kick it out the Clay, and boom bang. That's what they need in Sacramento.
And that's what Harrison Barnes was doing. But DeRozan is more of a mid-range slasher. Yeah. He's clogging up that lane too. He's clogging up that lane. It's just not fitting. And like I say, the games I watched yesterday, the biggest things I looked at, Golden State, they made that trade for Schrader, and they have to figure out. They have a deep team. They got to figure out the rotation now.
Yes,
they have to. Because you notice that Kerr, he's been playing with a lot of lineups. He's going to have to figure out who his starters are, who his bench guys are, who gets extended minutes off the bench, and who gets, whatever's left over.
Well, they need to figure out – they need to start with unloading Kuminga. Start that.
Well, only way they're going to come off Kuminga, they go want another star. And, we talk about a little bit of everything on here. Andrew Wiggins, he's getting his weight back under him. I knew it was some stuff going on with his dad, but they was like he literally was unfocused on basketball. And Andrew Wiggins could be that other piece to go with Steph and Draymond and Kuminga. He can be the other guy, but even him, he's only playing what, like 20-some minutes or something. He wasn't playing a lot.
He's still honestly, he's still mentally recovering from losing his dad.
And that's what I'm saying.
It's not easy.
It's not.
Yeah, he said he got to get it back right. You know, I'm not a big fan of the Lakers, and y'all know that. I just think that I see the Lakers maybe being a play-in team at the best, but
that's all they are. That's all they are.
You know what? You ever seen those teams, and it's just too much dysfunction. It's too much dysfunction going on. And Barry, you know, we've had our conversations about it. I know it's not some people feel on the show. You started it when you like basically shoving Bronny down everybody's throat. Then you got JJ, and JJ's not a coach. You need a coach.
The Lakers are this is a dated reference. Y'all can look it up. Google is free. The Lakers are
my line.
The George Gervin, Artis Gilmore Spurs at the end.
I know who they are. Cool.
I know where, but I'm saying people probably never saw those teams. George Gervin, everybody know the name Iceman. A lot of people don't remember Artis Gilmore. Artis Gilmore, one of the best big men ever played. Towards the end, the Spurs teams were handicapped because they had a lot of names. Those dudes were old. They just couldn't play anymore, but they would give you flashes. Every other game or so, you know, Iceman coming out with the finger roll, and he threw up 35, and Artis threw up that double 20 and 20. And the Spurs are back. They're gonna make the playoffs. And they be ninth.
Dude, and like, you know, when you look at it, because you know, y'all know how I am about LeBron, but it's like, dude, at that age, you should not be playing 40 minutes a game.
You shouldn't.
And there's nobody in that organization to say you're not playing 40 minutes a game.
But he's still the best player on the team. That's the worst part.
Right. That's the problem.
Well, Davis might be better, but in reality, LeBron is still, when it comes down to it, he's still the best all-around player on that damn roster.
And that's the problem. Because he's going to be 40 and pretty soon.
Yeah, but my thing is, you know, it's always been for me, I feel like he don't make his teammates any better. And that's the problem that I've always had with him. I don't feel like, because they actually have some really solid players in the league and they just disappear. What the hell is
he don't like young players? He don't want to help young players.
Yeah, what the hell is
Andrew Wiggins? Look at all the young players he's helped getting rid of, and now the Lakers like, hey, wish we had a Kyle Kuzma, wish we had Brandon Ingram, wish we had. Come on, son.
All these things that they traded away.
What's the dude name? D'Lo. What D'Lo is?
Who? Oh, he's coming off the bench. Coming off the bench.
Can't find him. Like I said, I don't think he makes other players better. He gets his numbers, but I don't think he makes other players better.
No, he doesn't.
But you know, like I said,
he's a 2 guard. People keep wanting him to play point guard. He's a 2 guard.
He's really a 3. Yeah. Maybe
D'Angelo Russell. D'Angelo Russell.
Oh yeah. He's not a 1.
Oh yeah, D'Angelo Russell is a 2. He's not a point guard. He can't run an offense. But real quick though, I gotta give the Memphis Grizzlies props. Quietly, they're a 20-win team.
Yes.
And Jaren Jackson Jr. is an all-star.
Yes.
If he's not an all-star this year, it's a crime.
Yep.
That dude is balling his behind off, right? So props to him. Ja Morant quietly has gotten back into the flow of things, not disrupting the team.
Quietly.
Why? Exactly. That's the word I wanted to use, serious, right? Quietly come back to the team, letting Jaren Jackson shine. But, you know, he's back and he's playing pretty well.
Growth and maturity. How about that? Growth and maturity.
You know what I mean? So, you know, give the Grizzlies credit. Like, if the Lakers face the Grizzlies in the first round, I don't think
they get swept.
That's a 7-game series, bro. It's a 7-game series.
They get swept.
But I don't think the Lakers can beat them. I don't think they can beat the Rockets right now. I don't think they can beat the Thunder. You know, there's good basketball teams. Dallas, you know. I'm waiting for Denver to get it. I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm waiting for Denver to get it together. But you know when they do,
I
don't think the Lakers could beat them. So the West is tight. It's a really
the West has been tight for what, 20, 30 years now? The West,
I mean, like I think it's compressed, right? There's teams
But
I don't think there's a runaway really dominant team. There's a lot of really good teams in the West.
Yes,
the West has been a gauntlet for years, bro. Aaron, how many times has the Rockets been 500 and in the lottery?
No, but Larry, you understand what I'm saying? Like, there's not that one dominant team in the West. Like, there's a bunch of really good teams in the West.
There's, outside of the Warriors, there's never really been that really one team. There's been a lot of really, really good teams. Somebody may have a 1 seed, but the West has always been a gauntlet for years.
Of course, we know that.
I had to bring this to the board. I had to bring this to the board because this was a conversation I had with my cousin yesterday, right? So we watching the games, and we know Christmas Day has always traditionally been basketball. LeBron, you sit up and you say, "Oh, I love NFL, but Christmas is all day." So I was telling my cousin, I say, the NBA is the product. The NFL, when people know that you're down, you're wounded, you know what happened? You let the sharks in. The NBA,
you know why that is though? And I've been saying this about baseball for years. Who wants to watch a game where the announcers are constantly carping about everything negative? Think about watching baseball over the past few years. All the announcers do, the game's so slow. All they do is say something negative. Don't want to turn this off, man. If you hate the game and you're being paid to be there, why the hell should I watch it? When you listen to the games, right? They throwing too many threes and this and that. All you hear is negativity. If all I hear is negativity watching the game, I'm turning you off.
Well, I mean, they play a part in that too. What was that game a couple weeks ago? They shot 77 threes and only made 13.
Bro, if I already know that I'm watching some trash, but I love the sport, and now you, the announcer, are piling on, bro, I gotta go.
And I get it,
but you gotta call it out because it's an unwatchable
that can't be
product.
The only narrative during the game. You could talk about you can talk about it and then say something positive. The entire broadcast is 2 hours of this sucks.
But you know what? Just because you post syrup on shit, don't make it pancakes.
I understand it. What I'm saying is every game there are some positive things. There's a guy who's coming back from an injury who's doing well. There's a guy who finally got his contract, finally made an all-star. There's a young player at the end of the bench who's finally getting an opportunity. There are some positive things you can talk about in the midst of a game where they're throwing up 73s. But if all you tell me is this sucks because it's 73s.
Yeah, but watching the game, it's not a watchable product.
But you know why I got invested in the NBA, Barry? It wasn't actually, it was the game because I love bad, but you know what it was? Hearing about Glenn Gondrezick and his fight to get to the NBA, and I'm old Knick fan. And watching Marvin Webster on no knees, okay, run up and down the court. You can see the pain, but he's still out there. That's the stuff the announcers used to talk about. Michael Ray Richards is coming back from his 55th damn drug suspension, okay? Super John Williamson, who weighed 400 pounds, ate his way out of the league, and giving people a business for like 5 minutes and dripping donut glaze and sweat. You know what I'm saying?
But that game is long gone. That's the
problem. It was the stories of the player when I was watching them.
I know, but you got guys that don't want to play back-to-backs. They want to get paid all this money to stand at the 3-point line and shoot bricks. The game is not
Deuce McBride. He goes to outside arenas and people say, dudes. Talk about that. Don't keep telling about the dude that just missed his 75th air ball.
Chandler, I feel like they need to do it from ground up, from the owners to the announcers to the players. They have to collectively say, we have to put together a better overall product because now the NFL is wolves, man. The NFL said, screw your day, and we will take over your day. And the NFL is wolves, bro. They paid Beyonce $20 million to do a halftime show that 75 million people watched.
Right. But that's also on the players. It's an all-star games thing, right? Now, I keep hearing the players say, well, we got to do something. Here's a thought. How about you just actually give me some effort? Stop telling me we got to do something. You know what it is? And again,
they want to do something, everything but effort.
I'll reference this back to recovery. Everybody likes to talk about the hardest thing to do is admit you have a problem. No, it's not. No, it's not really. You could tell me what's wrong all damn day long. If you don't do anything about it, what the hell does that mean?
But I'm saying, stop telling me
what you got to do and start doing it.
I'm saying, but we not NFL this, but the NFL has, I mean, NBA, but NBA has got to do something, bro. Because what's next?
How about the players just give some better effort?
Yeah, like, dude, I'm being for real. I was kind of shocked that the NFL would even dare to even schedule games on Christmas Day, because Christmas Day is traditionally you wake up in the morning, the kids open their gifts. Hey, we know at 11 o'clock it's basketball time. Basketball's on from 11 till you damn near go to sleep.
12 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, Larry.
The NFL.
I'm in Houston, man. I'm in Houston. I'm just saying.
The NFL would have never, to Unk's point, the NFL would have never dared to put games against the NBA. Now they got I don't care, screw them. Let's go.
I get it. Dudes are like, oh, we better. Oh, this and this. With Jordan, Magic, Bird, all of them was playing NBA, the NFL would not have dared to even come close to putting a game on that day.
Because they gave effort. But, hey, Larry, we got to let Barry out.
I had to bring that to his decks, man, because I was just like, dude, you calling out the NFL and saying it's your day, but you letting them in, you giving the product, and people are willing to. Hey, look, we gonna take Barry. You talked about the marketing dollars for TV. Hey, we want that money, so we'll bogart you and push you. And they were so bold, they didn't even try to schedule around NBA games. They just said, "F it, I'll take it." Barry, I know you're trying to get out of here, but I wanted to talk about that, and I wanted to say that the NBA, they have to start the transition, and like you said, Chandler, it starts from everywhere and above. They have to start promoting like Wembley. Wembley's gonna be the next face of the NBA, and he literally gets 3 minutes of like airtime. 3 minutes. I'm talking about non-playing time. Barry, your Knicks won.
He doesn't in France. They need a
USA-born star to cling to. Ja messed that up. Jason Tatum, I don't know if he can do it. Ant-Man is the guy.
But but even Ant-Man does not get as much airtime or promotion as the older players.
I done seen Ant and FanDuel commercials, Sprite commercials, Adidas commercials.
I'm not talking about commercials. I'm talking about NBA.
But that's part of it.
But that's part of it, though. Like it's the whole thing.
But the NBA promoting them, the NBA they have to draw their fans to these newer players. Stop showing me Steph Curry. Stop showing me LeBron James. Stop showing me these guys who are on their way out the door.
But is the NBA ready to embrace SGA? Like the NBA is, but the fan base ready to go, because that's a kid that we should be getting behind, and we don't see enough of him. So
no,
I mean, I'm gonna jet. I gotta get some rest. I got a funeral to go to in the morning. Prayers for my family. Love you guys.
All right, boy. See you.
All right, boy. Prayers up.
But yeah, so I mean, to kind of double click on what you was talking about, like ultimately, I don't think it's a matter of the NBA not showcasing Wemby. I think it's just a matter of the fact that Wemby plays in San Antonio and the team isn't very good.
I mean, they were, but the thing is, like, did y'all watch that game yesterday?
Oh yeah. Wembley Actually, I watched the replay. They played the same time the Steelers was on, so no.
I watched the game, but the reality is, at the end of the day, I'm tired of players who control the narrative, who can control the narrative just with their play. I'm tired of them telling me how everything is wrong, but they're not willing to put in the effort to fix it. Stop telling me we need to do something different to All-Star game. All you got to do is put in the same effort you put when you go to Rucker. They don't even put the effort they play in the Rucker. Okay? So miss me with we got to change something. And now they're all complaining about the change that Silver made. Well, here's a thought. If y'all had actually given some damn effort in the All-Star game, we wouldn't be doing all these gimmicks.
Dude, Chandler, I'll go even further, Chandler. This is why I kind of get on some of these newer players. Dude, y'all are always on Twitter, Instagram, every goddamn social media, and y'all hear all of the fans fussing about how horrible the All-Star game is. And the one common denominator is y'all don't play. Y'all fucking sitting around here doing a practice squad layup drill. Play. That's all you got to do. Play the game. And I get it. Nobody wants to get hurt, but you can play the game where nobody gets hurt. Hey, look, you going for that layup? I'm not going to try to block it. You got the angle on me. I'm not going to try to block
But
it.
you got it. But I'm gonna play some defense.
I'm gonna play.
You
Yeah, I'm gonna play. Yeah, but I'm gonna play you. Like, dude, they literally, it's plays where they literally don't even try to even play not one bit of defense whatsoever in an All-Star game.
Yeah.
So if you know what the narrative is, fix the damn narrative. It's like if I come to Chandler and I say Chandler's an asshole, nobody likes Chandler, and Chandler's like, that's not true about me. I'm gonna show y'all I'm not an asshole. So you have to show. Yeah, but I'm just saying. But you gotta show people. No, you're not, man. Look, you get that dude 1-on-1. He not no asshole. But you gotta show people that. And these dudes, they so big. Like Kevin Durant, you got a whole burner account to know what people are talking about you. So play, damn it, like dude, like you. To me, I'm one of them dudes that's like, if it's a problem, you fix the problem. You don't skirt around everything else and say, oh, it's other people, it's this and this. You fix the damn problem, right? And the NBA has taken a backseat to the NFL. They did it. They did it a while back. The number one sport in America is NFL. But now you have the NFL's like, you know what? We the big dogs now. So look, y'all find another spot. Like NFL has literally started taking over days that remember we all said like this was like college football day. NFL is like screw your Saturday. Yeah, scheduling 3 games on your Saturday.
And Kevin Durant is the poster child for what we're talking about.
Exactly.
Kevin Durant is one of the most gifted players that I have ever seen. Okay, physically gifted at his size because he is a legitimate 7-footer. Okay, I know people like to say he's 7 foot tall.
Yeah,
all right. And he can play like a guard if he wants to. He can play like a 2 guard if he wants to. He can play the 3 if he wants to. He can play the 4 and he can play the 5. When have you ever even remotely looked at Kevin Durant looking like he gave a damn about the sport he plays? Going the extra mile to promote things and do all these other things. Oh my God, fire everybody in Chicago. Anyway, I'm sorry. But Kevin Durant,
they converted. What are you talking about? They converted.
Yeah, I know, but dude, that was a bad play call.
That was a good catch, though. That was a damn good catch.
That's a very good catch.
It was great. That's what I'm saying. It was a terrible play call. It was just a great play. But he won't promote the sport. He's one of the people that get in the All-Star game and basically just stands around and throws up. I'm not asking you to play like it's the playoffs. I'm asking you to act like you give a damn. That's the difference. If they don't give a damn, why should we?
But you want your money. And that's the crazy part about it. You want your money. And like I said, you allowing the Sharks. You allowing the Sharks to say, you know what? We'll take over your Christmas Day. Screw your Christmas Day. And I mean, if you really want to get nitty gritty like that, who's to say college football won't say, you know what? We got these championship games going on. So screw whatever day was NBA Day. And we're gonna take over.
You got college football games on Wednesdays now.
Yeah.
You got college football games on Fridays now.
Yeah.
Thursday's coming, bro.
Yeah, bro. Like I say, screw your day and we'll take your day from you because I love basketball. Basketball is actually my number one sport. It kills me to see that these dudes that don't really play.
Listen, it's gonna be Mountain West Thursdays on TNT, college football. Watch and see.
And like, dude, I don't know about you guys, but like the 77 3-pointers, I'm like, dude, wow. Number one rule of basketball is when you're 3 not fouling, you know what you do? You go to the hole.
Bucket. Get to the foul line.
But now we're talking AAU culture, right? And now we're talking coaches and AAU who more interested in getting that bag, okay? Because they get to these tournaments. You got these kids who don't understand the concept of, listen, the hell with everybody gets a trophy. Only one of y'all getting a trophy. So fight for it, okay? They're not used to that, okay? You got parents, every parent, you got these knucklehead parents who swear their kid is Ja or LeBron. No, your kid is not. They don't teach fundamentals. Remember the big man camps, the Pete Newell big man camps that all the NBA centers used to go to?
No. They don't care about big man fundamentals.
Gone.
No, big man that's shooting turnaround 3-pointers from the
Dude,
perimeter.
The Larry Brown camps where all he had you do was dribble and pass. So you can learn the fundamentals of dribbling with either hand.
Drop step.
Learning how to actually make a pass, chest pass, bounce pass, fundamentals.
The fundamental stuff. You build on it's the core things that make basketball players. Aaron don't like Sengun, but Sengun is hard to stop him in the post. They don't know how to defend the post.
Nope.
They don't know how to defend the post, and it's just fundamental basketball he's playing.
How's your kid going to become an engineer if you never teach him math?
He's just going to do it, and the building's going to fall apart.
He's going to build something.
Hey, what do you mean? Hey, what do you mean? There's probably no right angles on this house. Like, dude, hey, man, people want to live in a round house. Let them live in a round house, man. That's how it's supposed to go.
Ain't no such thing as foundation.
Yeah.
We don't need no foundation. Just put it in the ground.
Yeah, we don't need all that, man. But yeah, dude, it's like when you watch the product now, it's like you love seeing some of the good games, the good teams, but then it's the bad, ugly stuff about the NBA that now it's like I hate to say it. I hated to make a choice in series. You had to make a bad choice. You had to make a choice. Steelers or Knicks.
Yeah.
Like, dude, like, what's to say we be sitting over here and we like, wait a minute, it's Niners and Rockies. I gotta make a choice.
Yeah.
I don't know what's going on.
The teams that are actually making it the worst are the teams they put on all the time. It's not the young, fun, exciting teams. Dude, when the last time the Rockets been in a national TV game?
I don't remember.
When Vernon Maxwell was
the Thunder in the Cup, that was the last one.
Yep.
Detroit. Nobody realized that the Pistons are a really good team.
Nope.
They have Sacramento. Even though we killing Sacramento, that is an exciting young team to watch.
And they don't flex schedule nothing. That's the schedule, and that's what it is. They don't flex schedule nothing. And like I said,
you got 8 seconds, throw the damn ball.
For him to come out and say that, for him to come out and say what he said, I was like, dude, you are the person that almost all these NBA players look up to. And we all know how he do literally logged off social media. You know all the BS that's being said.
Mm-hmm.
You could lead this and fix the problem, fix this stuff, and say, you know what? Maybe we do need to have a more competitive All-Star game. Maybe we do need to, fix some of the stuff in the game. When the commissioner comes out and said maybe we made it too much geared towards offense and not defense, the players didn't say nothing. Zero. They was like, what do you mean not more?
All they want to do is shoot threes.
Yeah, that's how I get back. That's how I get my bag. Like, I was literally reading today where people was like, oh, Klay Thompson's a better player than Reggie Miller because he's hit more threes now.
Who?
More threes. He shot more threes. I've gotten into arguments with people about this so many times. I said, yeah, you see where big men can shoot threes now and some other guys that you didn't typically see shoot threes. But if you look at the percentage, and Chandler, you're a math guy too, the NBA three-point percentage ain't changed that much. These dudes ain't shooting 60% from the three, and they were shooting 40 back in the day. They just shooting more threes. Yeah. It's not the same.
Reggie Miller, if he shot 8 threes in a game, that was a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
These dudes are shooting 23s almost a game. Like, dude, like Reggie Miller, I hate to say it, Klay Thompson is a good player. Reggie Miller would eat his fucking lunch, take his
Reggie Miller will kill him.
And that's why I say when people started saying these guys are better shooters, they're not. It's just that when I got into basketball, you took a shot over 25 feet, the coach had the authority to take you out. And like I said, the Los Angeles Lakers, and old-time Laker fans know this, literally gave away a championship because the coach, who was Jan or Butch Van Bredekoff, I forget which one, okay, benched Wilt Chamberlain, who was in his prime at the time, benched him in Game 7 to prove that they didn't need him, and they lost, and he didn't get fired. That's how much power coaches had. So guys couldn't take 34-foot threes, okay, even though they could have made them. When Mahmoud Abdul-Rauf, whose brother recently passed, when he played for the Nuggets, and they were known as a trucking team, they would take, they would have scores 130 to 120, right? Yeah. If he only took maybe 10 threes a game, And that was considered obscene. Oh my God, they shooting so many threes. 10 threes now, people like, that's all you got? You only shot 10? What's wrong with you?
Chandler, I'll go even further. Dude, so when I first started playing basketball, it was always taught of us that unless the shot clock was going out, we always played within the flow of the offense. My coach would never get mad at you for taking a shot within the flow of the offense or if you was open, right?
Right.
How many times you watch the NBA? These dudes it's 21 seconds on the shot clock.
21
seconds, and you shot up a shot that wasn't in the flow of the offense because you want to get your shot up.
Or a 3-on-1 fast break, and everybody runs to the corner.
I'll go further. It's a 4-on-1 fast break, and you taking the shot instead of pulling it back out and resetting up your offense. Like, I get it. You know, JJ likes to feel like he knows more basketball, and he probably knows more basketball than anybody in the world. And him and LeBron are two smartest basketball players in the world. And he was like, "Oh, well, the pace of the game is faster, and people this and this and blah blah blah." Like you say, Chandler, hoopty high and all this other stuff. The shot clock is still the fucking same. So that means that you guys are jacking up shots. They didn't lower the shot clock.
It's like the whole back-to-back thing. They used to play back-to-backs where they had to get on trains, okay, fly commercial with regular people, okay, across the country and play the next day. Now, what they call a back-to-back is you still have a day off in between. It literally ain't no like play tonight, play tomorrow. They don't do that except every once in a blue moon. You're flying on a custom-made private plane suited for your length and heights and all of that, and that's more taxing than getting on a bus and driving for 5 hours somewhere. You gonna tell me that's more taxing? Come on, son. No. The Bears literally gave this game away.
No, and they gotta fix that part.
The Seahawks tried to hand this game to the Bears.
They did.
Oh, by the way, Caleb Williams gonna get punched in the face in the locker room because DeAndre Swift was already ready to hit him on one of his plays today. I'm telling y'all gonna hear some stuff coming out of the Chicago locker room tomorrow.
Man, leave that man just polish fingernails alone, man.
He can wear his fingernails any way he want.
Hey, man.
But dude, if a guy is 2 feet from you, you got to hit him.
That's a yellow ball right there, man.
Well, that one was, but there were plays earlier in this series and in this quarter where he overthrew guys. He's missing guys. That one play where I started screaming, it was an 8-second count, serious.
Y'all saw it?
Man, we literally watching a game that's going to be 6-3, bro.
6-3.
I'm not getting mad over no game. I don't care what happened. 6-3.
I can't stand stupidity. I have a low tolerance for foolishness.
Dude, they couldn't even muster up another field goal to tie this mug up or nothing, bro. Like, yeah.
If Caleb Williams, the great Caleb Williams, which I told y'all he should have been number 1 pick, if the great Caleb Williams would just on a 3-step drop, throw the damn ball instead of, it's a 3-step drop. Now I'm going to stand here. Now I'm going to do this. Now I'm going to do this. Now I'm going to spin myself around and do the hokey pokey.
Not the hokey pokey.
Throw the damn ball, son.
That's why I hate to say it, but at the end of the day, he's still a rookie. That's why you give him real simple. Hey, look, it's 3-step, throw it to this flat route.
He's not throwing it, Larry. He's not
though. That's the thing. He's not.
Yeah, I get what you're saying, but I'm just saying you gotta make it real simple.
On that play where he missed DeAndre Swift, who was 2 feet from him, he had, I think it was the tight end, spun out that one, was wide open. He didn't throw it to him, and then he threw it at the feet of Andre Swift when they had a perfect bubble screen set up.
I don't know, bro. It's the Bears, man. I don't even care.
Yeah. Anywho, with that being said, man, we kind of have reached the tail end of the show, man. This one was fun, man. Just a show reminder, next week we're going to do this again on Thursday. Have people celebrating New Year's Eve, so we don't want, we want to make people, pick and whatever the case may be. We'll do it on Thursday next week. With that being said, CK, you know what to do, man. Give me a plug and a close and shut it down, sir.
I personally hate this time of year.
Yes, sir.
I know a lot of people do. But today I'm going to speak on the recovery piece. We all have choices. We all make decisions. Even when we think we don't, we make decisions. If you take the time to listen to the small, quiet voice instead of the loud, angry voice, you make better decisions. And for those who think they can't change, if you put the water on your toothbrush first and then put the toothpaste on, put the toothpaste on and then put the water on. And when you're successful at that, you'll see that you can change. Change is possible for everybody. It's a choice. It's a choice. There's no such thing as I don't have a choice. There's always a choice. Might be two terrible things, but it's still a choice. So make the right choices. Make the right choices. Make the right choices. Y'all have a good holiday, man.
All right, man. Talk to you soon, man. Talk to you soon, man. Larry, you know what to do, my guy. Give me a plug and close up and shut it down, big homie.
Man, I already sent Chandler the group hug, man, in the chat, man. So we're gonna keep an eye on him. He gonna be all right, man. We're gonna make sure he's gonna be all right. We gotta keep all our executives around, man, to keep us going, man. We're doing big things over here. I ain't, you know what I'm gonna say? I ain't copying Steve. Steve is the original. I'm gonna just say God is good. So we'll leave it at that. It's been a good show, man. It's been a really good show again. You know, we hit on the key topics, man. We brought out some pretty good content. I'll keep it short, like everybody else say. If you see the show, share the show. And you know, we'll keep it moving, man. You know, I am always a pleasure. Peace.
Yes, sir, man. Appreciate you, big dog. Man, it's your boy Sirius repping that 412 and the 703, man. It's such a privilege and a pleasure to be able to do this show every week, man. I say this a lot, and I mean it more so now than I ever did before. This time of year, it's tough for a lot of people, man. So prayers up to those who are suffering in silence. You know, Chandler always talks about the hotline. Definitely make yourself available, even if you are not a veteran, or even if you're going through, just want to talk to somebody, make yourself available to that. Again, each one, reach one, man. This time is tough. So, as a spouse of a veteran, man, I don't even begin to understand what goes on. Plus, seasonal depression is a real thing. So there's a lot going on this time of year, man. For those people who are going through. So each one, reach one. With that being said, again, we'll be back in the building on next Thursday. You know, bringing in the new year, and then we're back to our regularly scheduled Tuesdays the following week, man. With that being said, God bless. Catch you guys on the next one. Peace.